morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lifestyle with Dr. Mobi. I'm Dr. Mobi. Today we have an excellent guest with a lot of music talent and lot of wisdom. So let's welcome Lucie Lynch. Hi, Lucy. How are you?
Hi, aloha. I'm
Hello.
so excited to be here. I'm doing very well. Music keeps me healthy and happy.
Okay, great. And when I learned that you play music, I said, "Wow, we'll have such an exciting time." So tell me about your journey. Tell me about your journey, how you started music and what influenced.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Germany, in Hamburg, Germany, or even more in the countryside out of Hamburg, Germany. And for my first 28 years, that's where I lived. That's where I grew up. That's where I learned everything, the first steps about life, so to speak. And I started with music very, very early. I was very lucky that my parents sent me to like a music education school already when I was, oh my God, I think I was like 4 or something. I already,
Mm,
played like little
mm,
instruments and here and there. And then I always sang. I always made up songs on the spot and poetry on the spot. But I would not say, that at all. It would be like, oh my God, send this girl to America's Got Talent or anything. It was just this joy. It was just like a joyful. I always was a creator of music. And then when I was about 13, I had a very intense experience where I felt so unhappy and so outraged with the world, and I just didn't understand why the world is the way it is, why there's so much greed and hate and anger and all of that going on. And so I started kind of, yeah, really resisting the world and in a way resisting life.
mhm,
And that was the time when I really started using music and my voice as some sort of a healing instrument, like a way to express what was going on inside of myself. And I started to just sing out my own pain and sadness about the world. And then when that happened around 13, my life changed and I just literally started focusing on music. And in the beginning, I thought I want to be a pop star, right?
mhm.
So I started singing in bands and singing in Irish pubs. But it was never really made me that happy. And the more I realized it was really about really communicating my emotions to the world. That was really what for me music was about, because I was not able so much to talk about it, but I could sing about it. And that's really my relationship and my journey with music. And I've pursued it ever since, and it keeps evolving.
Yeah, and that's what I have seen too. That a lot of artists are very creative and sensitive people, and music could be their expression of their feeling. So that's how they share or they talk with the world. And probably you're absolutely right. That's probably what kind of got into all your creativity. So tell me a little bit about some of the your musical journey. So you said you performed at bars or small places or theater or something.
Exactly. So basically, when I, finished with my acting studies and I had my degree in theater, I basically literally channeled this one woman show, and I toured and performed the one woman show all throughout Germany for 4 years. And it was really such an adventure because the character that I created was kind of like my alter ego. And the character was really grappling with life, grappling with, why am I here? Who am I? What is my purpose in life? So that was kind of like that character that was dealing with it. And
Mhm.
only after about 4 years, I realized that I was really grappling with that and that
Mhm.
I really wanted to know all about that. And so it was in an interesting way. I experienced a burnout, but it turned out being a blessing, because that burnout initiated a 5-year journey where I traveled the world, just me with my guitar, experiencing a whole new form of music, channeling different forms of songs, and really seeing the world and connecting with the most beautiful people on this planet. So it was a blessing, a
Yeah,
blessing.
Yeah, that must be because I can imagine, it's so exciting to travel all around the world. So tell me, which places did you go to?
So I actually started, it was very funny. I never traveled alone before that. And I
Mm,
went to the most remote place. The first journey was to Zanzibar. I went to Tanzania and to Zanzibar for 3 months. And I
mm,
signed up for a program where I was teaching the basics of English to 30 kids
mm,
in a little school on the beach, and
mm,
music and dancing. And it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. It was beautiful. It was life changing in its own way because, there was me, very privileged, grew up in Germany, very safe, very protected. And so
mm,
there was me, I was the only white woman in the village out
mm,
there, and it was an experience of a lifetime. And even just appreciating, running water, appreciating having a toilet, appreciating that, just the basics. And it was really a
mm,
eye-opening experience. And after that, I traveled mainly Europe.
mm,
Uh, I lived for a while in Spain, in France, on Corsica, Sardinia, all over Italy, in different places in Tuscany and northern Italy. Lived in Greece on a couple of islands. And only then, after that, I started traveling the United States. I started in New York City, traveled all the way through to the West Coast, all the way down to San Diego, and then ended up in Hawaii. And I
oh,
fell in love with the islands, and that's kind
so
of
you
like
haven't left Hawaii for a while?
I'm here now about 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Hawaii is so beautiful and maybe very nice for artists like you. So can get poetry out. Do you write normally or just sing?
yeah, I write, I sing, I create. I'm such a my spirit came here to create, to play. I'm literally one of those spirits where it's just flowing through. Like you give me a guitar and I make up songs on the spot and just sing for people. And yeah, and
Okay,
it's just,
yeah, I'd love to hear some of your work. If you have,
yeah,
right,
we can
yeah.
absolutely do
Oh,
that.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Perfect. Um, so this is just right now here with my little ukulele because it was just right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And when I wake up in the morning, my eyes still full of sleep, I open up the morning news and I just wanna weep. I wish that we could all be one and live our life at peace. I wish that we could all be one and just remember this. I am prosperous. I am prosperous. I am happy and I'm healthy and I'm whole. I am prosperous. I am prosperous. I am happy and I'm healthy and I'm whole. There's love, 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 love. There's only love, 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 and it's the only light I see in you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's so nice. Thank you. And it's like feels like you are dancing and you are, I can imagine that you're feeling great, like healthy and feeling all the vibe, positive energy. Wow, that's wonderful. So tell me, what do you think about now? World has changed with COVID, and it has really impacted a lot of our spheres of life, made us more kind of value our life and family and friends and loved ones. So any singing for that? Did you compose anything for that?
I think, you know what? I think even this one, what I just sang,
Yeah.
like for me, it's since COVID, since the world has been really kind of like stopped and has taken that breath and has taken that moment of, whoa, okay, humanity, you better get your act together.
Mhm.
Or that's kind of like really what this feels like to me, is that the reminder of that we are all in this together, and that we have to stop pretending that some of us are better, or some of us are wiser, or some of us are just the privileged ones. I think there is just kind of like an essence right now in the air of remembering that we are all human, and that this is really about finding a solution together as a team
Yeah.
humanity. I'm all for you, man. Yeah, let's do this. And so for me as an artist, I decided in the beginning I had to really make that choice, because I could either go down the road of becoming angry, cynical, and writing like cynical songs about COVID, and kind of like being ironic about it, or yeah, wash your hands, stay inside, da 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 da. And that's great too. I think there's people who are really great at that, and that needs to be done too. And I really had to sit down and ask myself, what is it really that I bring to this? What can I bring? And what I decided is to go live almost every day. So 5 times a week, I show up for people, and to really create an oasis of peace for people, to create a place where people can remember
Mhm.
that we are more than our outside appearances, and that we can remember that we that safety, that love, that uh, the applause, everything that we look for on the outside, which has now been taken from us for a moment, we need to find on the inside. And I invite people, about like 20 minutes to an hour a day with me, to dive into that, and to get a feeling of, yes, I can. Yes, I am powerful. I have a voice. I have a choice. I can still, in all of this, what's going on, I can decide to thrive. I can decide to thrive from the inside out. And that's really my message, because as an artist, I was shocked. I was in shock. All my performances, basically my whole career has changed. That was what I did for a living, was performing and being with people. And from one day to the other, it was cut off. So I had to completely reinvent myself. And I right now want to be the voice for people, to take this as an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to find your voice in a new way, to find your expression in a new way, and to don't let the fear wash you down the drain of gloom and doom.
Yeah, and that is so true. That we can actually think of positivity out of it. And I tell everybody that with COVID has taught us that we as humans have each other. There's nobody who is gonna on this planet help us except each other. And we actually do more damage to planet Earth than any of the species. And with this, it really kind of made us rethink what we do for the planet, or what we do among us. So the only thing that mattered was when some of these patients are sick in the hospital. That's where I go and see them too. They're lonely. They are lonely in the war. There's nobody but them. So it is a painful feeling, to be there. Even your loved ones cannot see you. So that means that whatever time we have, we should appreciate first what we have, and then uh, you know at least tell or share your love with your loved ones. So maybe you'll never get that time again, right? And
Exactly.
so that is, I think, in a way, COVID has really opened a lot of avenues, which were closed before, with all the changes. Same stands for lifestyle. A lot of people who are getting sicker from COVID actually are more affluent, I would say, more with diabetes, blood pressure, medical issues, obesity, unhealthy lifestyles. because they are both extreme, actually, I should say. So they are now thinking of kind of adopting healthier lifestyle. So maybe doing that. So I think in a way you're right. With artists, with your mind and experience, I'm sure it has touched a lot of strings, right? And you are, for all of us, you, me, everybody has changed how we think and how we should approach life. So tell us also any other writings, uh, which you did and you really struck you.
So another thing, and I love what you just said also, I think that is another one of my whys. The main important thing for me is to, why am I doing all of this, right?
Yeah.
That's my motor. And for the longest time in my career, I always really, as an actor or singer songwriter, you just want to be like, I don't know, rich and famous or something, right? I want to
Yeah.
just go out rich and famous in Hollywood and Broadway, and then at some point, that's not enough for me. Like for me, it's this: how many people do I touch? Like for me, it's really more like for me, my wealth is about how many people do I make smile at one day? How many hearts do I touch? And and if there's a way, like for me, I always say, if there's out there, if there's, for example, what you just said, I was like, oh my God, imagine, there could be someone out there who would sponsor, and I record some of my sound healings and we send those to the people who are in the hospital, who feel all alone, and everyone has access to like this beautiful music, or like a message from their loved ones where they can listen to it, where like I feel like there's so much power in that. And you just, you made my creativity come up there. So anyways, another form of, I would say I write for humanity. Like I literally do. I have another beautiful project which is called Money Talks, but what the hell is it saying? And this is an award-winning two-woman musical that I co-created with my beautiful dear partner in crime, Marsha Zena Major. And her and I, we met 2012 here in Honolulu through very mystical circumstances. And we were both starving artists, and we decided to channel all of our money woes and issues and write a two-woman show, or we wanted to write a musical about money. And so we did. We created this whole musical with money gods and money goddesses and humanity and money and the relationships and greed, and all of that was in there. And then we realized we need a lot of money to put a show like that on. So we decided to rewrite the show into a two-woman show all about how we were trying to write the show. And that two-woman musical has been performed for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it has touched many people. We've performed it for the women's prison, for drug rehabs, for the homeless community, for theaters, for companies. And it's really ultimately a show about value and self-worth. And it's really a show for humanity of thinking about how we are treating each other, how we are treating the earth, how we are treating ourselves, and how we are all, how Rumi said it so nicely, how we are all hunting for the diamond necklace that is already around our neck.
God, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And we just sometimes don't see it. But we need each other to have the reflection, that we reflect each other in each other's eyes, so that we can see that necklace that we're already wearing. Mm-hmm. And so that has been, I think, one of my most profound writing experiences, also because it was with someone together, a collaboration that was so powerful and beautiful. And we are now actually in the process of launching a virtual world tour with the musical, because it is recorded, and we right now are teaming up with different companies and nonprofits to bring that message out into the world. So for me, this time has really tickled my creativity. It has made me think outside the box and grow beyond what I have ever expected was possible.
And that is so true. That's what actually also brought us to media too. So I'm actually a physician by profession, but also I wrote book Keep It Simple, Diet, Sleep, Exercise, more about lifestyle. And then we started with media in last 5 months, so TV channels and so forth programs. And we want people, we want to highlight good things, good stuff, creativity, and I'm so impressed that you are doing all that. So we'll be very happy to help your cause and
Mm.
broadcast your world tour, whatever, or your for the patients too. Because when I go to hospital, I'll be happy to share that. And
Yeah,
then
especially these. I think I'm going to send you when we are later. I'm going to send you a video. Also for the people that are watching. I'm happy that we post the link in the comments
mm,
because these the meditations that I produce and put out there. I think it's so soothing for people's souls right now in this time to spread it wide and far, so
mhm,
we can. Ah, it's almost like it seems like all the hearts are so restless right now.
yeah, mhm,
Everyone is so anxious and not knowing. And I feel like I want to plant these seeds of peace in people's hearts, that they know that they can access that.
mm.
You know, yeah,
And that is so true. That's true. That there is a lot of people are very restless and they don't know this like unknown fear whether what will happen and whether we'll ever see things which we used to. But I think I always say best is look at yourself and calm yourself and help yourself first, because you can't help anyone if you don't help yourself first. So keep yourself motivated, help take care of your health, sleep better, eat better, and check on your loved ones and make sure they are doing well. And start from nearby, from your neighborhood, from your nearby. You don't have to go too far. You will see your message will start resonating and going far, but you start from the nearby. What we don't want is shade or shadow beneath the lamp. So
exactly.
you want to first have the nearby benefit that, and then start, and then don't think that sky never have will never have limit. You will be really going far beyond. Look where we are. I'm in Virginia, you're in Hawaii, nobody knew that we will be talking that end one end to the other. But look, we are because we have the similar cause of doing good for everyone. So I
Exactly.
think that's what matters. I see that. I mean, we're nothing as compared to a lot of resourceful people out there. But I know that we are what we are. We are true and we are dedicated. That's all I know. The rest, I don't know where it will lead, right?
Mm.
So I think that's what I always encourage. It was such a pleasure, talking to you and meeting you. And so yes, keep us, send us your link, and we'll put that definitely for audience, and they can enjoy that. And give me your website too. I see that you have a great website. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's I have a website, lucielynchmusic.com, which
Mhm,
is then linked to all my different accounts, Facebook, Instagram,
mhm,
and I also have a Bandcamp, which is my favorite platform. If people want to support me and purchase the music, Bandcamp is really the best way for artists because they keep the least of a percentage. So most of the revenues go actually to the artist, which I always think is a good thing to know.
mhm.
Uh, where when people buy my songs on iTunes, I get, I think, like 2 cents, and on Bandcamp, I actually get the 98 cents or something like that. So it's a good thing. And yeah, check it out, Lucie Lynch Music, find me, share the medicine. I always say I produce medicine for the world, musical medicine.
Yeah.
And
And that's what we try to do is support all the artists and creativity, because the worst thing is with this time, those souls, what you touch is what really helps. So any final thoughts before we say goodbye? Any final message?
Hmm. I would really just, for a brief moment, invite everyone to just to put maybe your hand on your heart and really remember that you are absolutely beautiful and worthy, and that you are here in this moment, and really this moment is all there is. And this moment, to really look around you, look around, look into the eyes of your loved ones, look at your animals, look at your children, and
Yeah.
really bless and appreciate that.
Yeah, that is true. So true. So nicely said. And please check out lucielynch.com, the website, and try to help artists like her to remain more, spread the message, spread the good thing. Thank you for coming along, Lucy, and I talk to you later. Take care.
Mobi, aloha.
Aloha.